Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report, where we want to talk about the possibility of a great opportunity for market research at Kraft Foods. And then we have a discussion with Jim Heisler about his new book, Job Seeker's Guide to Careers in Market Research. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. Kraft Foods recently underwent a massive management upheaval, and as reported by NASDAQ.com, new CEO John Cahill told analysts last week the business failed to grow share in any individual category last year. It did no better than maintain its brand share in 60% of its businesses, and it actually lost shares in the other 40%. Outgoing CFO Terry List-Stoll informed the street of Kraft's inadequate returns and lackluster volume lift from heavy promotional spending, and as well how Kraft actually pulled back on its advertising and marketing efforts in 2014 because both were perceived as inadequate to the task. Cahill says he is using the first quarter of 2015 to conduct a company-wide strategic review, which could represent and should represent a terrific opportunity for market research. Cahill was quoted as saying, quote, "It's clear that our world has changed and our consumers have changed, but our company has not changed enough and certainly has not kept pace. We will chart a course of innovation and brand rejuvenation that is built on clear strategy and efficient operations," end of quote. Kraft's research function has no shortage of self-confidence. I can tell you that from personal experience, although we don't know what role, if any, it played in the disappointing 2014 marketing, advertising, and promotion frameworks. So the question right now is, what level does Cahill want the Kraft consumer insight function to play this time around? And of course, we may never know that unless Wall Street asks about it specifically, and frankly, I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. Next, 45-year market research veteran Jim Heisler's new book, Job Seeker's Guide to Careers in Market Research, is out. And Jim is actually making the rounds with it as we speak at the Quirks event in Brooklyn, which runs today through Wednesday. Jim makes the point that many books have been written over the years about our field, but to his knowledge, none have addressed what it takes to prepare an individual for a career in market research. He and I spoke a few days ago about how his new non-credit course at Fairleigh Dickinson University in New Jersey and other considerations could help prepare new entrants into our business. Jim, why should a young person be interested in a career in market research?
Well, that's a good question, Bob, and I would answer it this way. I think if you're a curious person, it's really a way to get into people's heads to understand why they do what they do in their daily lives. Why do businesses make the decisions to go to market in the way they do? It's really learning about how people behave, how they make decisions, what influences them. The other thing is, it's an opportunity to sit in a big conference room in a Fortune 1000 company and actually have some influence of what they do. And over my career, that's been a fascinating part of it, being able to sit one day in an IBM, another day in a General Motors, another day at some Cox Communications, and be helping them, or at least influencing them in terms of the decisions about how they do their business. That's very exciting.
What about the growth trajectory on a personal level?
Well, industry figures as well as government figures show that market research is expected to grow rather strongly over the next 5-10 years. I think a lot of it is certainly being driven by the amount of big data that we're looking at and the need to get our arms around it. It's also an industry that has been very good for women in terms of career trajectory. And so, as kids coming out of school today looking, where are their jobs? I think they're going to find lots of opportunities in the market research space. If you have a curious mind, if you're particularly interested in psychology, that's my background, and wanting to understand, how do people behave the way they do. Market research is applied psychology. It's applied social psychology. I think also if you have an analytical mind, you're a problem solver. That's what market research is all about. It's really trying to take a client's big business question. How do we go to market in a way that will meet people's expectations, and trying to solve that problem. That's certainly what we do in market research, and I think if you have that kind of interest, this is a place to play it out. If you're good in math, certainly there's a lot of math involved. I'm not the only one to say this, but the industry has done a rather dismal job of promoting itself for whatever reason. There's been very little in the way of promotion about what the career is. I wrote my book with the need to really fill a gap that I saw in terms of educating young people still in school, about to go to college, about what this industry is all about, what you do. There's just been so little in the way of any kind of education or promotion. We only have a handful of academic programs that provide training in market research. So much of it is on the job. And so we really need to get the word out, be it through the kinds of things I've done with my book or more academic programs, such as the one I created for Fairleigh Dickinson University as a market research certificate program. There are other certificate programs. University of Georgia, Michigan State, I think they have an MBA program. So we need more. We need more of that, as well as just the leaders in the industry, be they in associations or in big corporations, to get the word out and to speak to young people about the career and the opportunity.
If you'd like to know more about the book, you can contact Paramount Market Publishing or check it out at Amazon.com. And if you'd like to reach Jim, his email is jimheisler25@gmail.com. That is your Research Business Daily Report. We've been sponsored by Socratic Technologies, whose proprietary tools and methodologies tackle marketing complexities so that you can make more confident business decisions. Check out Sotech.com to find out more about a terrific company that does terrific work for its clients. Have a great research day, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here with us tomorrow.